just as a very quick overview, you had the reality portion, we learned some stuff, we had these 4 beautiful presentations and workshops where we digested a lot of that, and now the final part's a little bit of the selfish side, which is my mythological universe. So a little bit of what Daria did, the dance component, I've now symbolically added these like 7 steps, and those of you that are interested can join this. So here are the steps. First, we will light a sacred fire, and that's right over there. Then we will assemble by the bower, and the bower is a structure that's back there that I created. It has a lot of symbolic meaning, and again, one day I'll tell you about what that is if you're interested at the end. What the bower represents in this particular dance is the threshold between the conscious and subconscious minds. So we'll go over there, we'll put on these cat masks, and we'll transform into our subconscious selves. After that, we'll form a circle. You don't have to memorize these steps, I'll tell you them myself when we are doing each of the steps. We will form a circle that goes around the campfire and behind that tree over there. That tree is a honey locust tree and has inch-long thorns. I've cut most of those, so you should be okay, but just be careful. And we'll move in a circle. And that circular movement will represent looping and ruminating thoughts that sometimes can emerge and bubble up from your subconscious. So we'll be moving in these looping thoughts, and Kimberly will be playing live music as we go and do these looping thoughts. Then, as we're doing these looping thoughts, the goddess of randomness and love, played by Elizabeth, will come and she will take this rock of vulnerability and she'll break the circle and she'll throw it on the ground. And again, if you wanted the symbolism behind that, I can share that afterwards. But she'll do that, and as soon as she does that, the circle will break. I'll give you all these instructions while we're doing it. It'll make more sense then. And you'll go to these twigs over here that you see between the goutweed, and you'll pick up that twig, and we'll start to make a nest right over here. And the symbolism of that is that even if you're looping thoughts in your subconscious, if after every one of these poisonous mental loops you create something of beauty, at the end of the day, those looping thoughts have created something that's vastly beautiful. So we'll do that maybe 3 or 4 times. We'll go in a circle, Elizabeth will throw the rock down, the circle will break, we'll make a nest, and by about 3 or 4 of those loops, we'll have made a nest. When Elizabeth throws a rock, Gabe will be playing live saxophone. Thank you, Elizabeth. So we'll get that, and then when Gabe stops playing live saxophone, we'll go into the circle and Kimberly will be doing, her music. And then once the nest is finished, I will honor it with poison ivy. If you're curious about why that, I won't put it on myself, I've already done that, but if you're interested about that, I'm happy to tell you again at the end. And finally, we'll finish by disseminating milkweed seeds while doing a final 10-minute dance, and Dario will play some music for that, and I think Nelly will pass out some of these milkweed seeds, which are really beautiful and a useful pollinator. Okay, that's the overview. Okay, and then those of you that have masks, you put your mask on. This represents that we're transforming now into our subconscious. This is the bower, and the boundary represents the world is over there, subconscious world is that area. And now, thank you. And now we'll go around the fire. Let's do this. All right, cool. You follow, yeah. And now we'll form a circle around this area. We'll form a circle like this. Now we'll move in a circle around this. These represent the looping thoughts that we have. And wait a little bit longer, whenever you want. Come in a very visible way. You'll throw the rock down, and then Gabe is going to play saxophone while we all go get twigs. Moving in circles now, keep moving. Moving thoughts in our mind. ball over here. You can see the sticks over here. You pick up one of the sticks from here. Okay? And then you'll come and you'll put it around this thing. We're going to make a nest. Just circle this with little twigs.
Okay.
And Gabe will play saxophone now.
Yes.
That we're building something positive, even though we're having this negative, ruminating mental thought. Once each of you have picked a stick, you can come back into the circle. Once we're in the circle, Kimberly will start playing them. Kimberly's going to play music. We're going to do another loop.
It's bringing back like all of my Avena days.
Form the circle. Maybe this will be the last one. We're getting close to the end. The last circle. Here we go. You really will start. Yeah, do it.
Alright, this is someone has to sit on this eventually.
This is true name on it. The next part.
No, who's gonna sit on it? Everyone?
Oh no, me. Okay, final one. Put the last fitting twigs there.
Stop it,
Whoa.
Elizabeth. Stop it. Thank you, everybody. So again, the mild symbolism here, and you have to watch my PowerPoint to really understand it. Maybe not the safest idea I've had. But we're going in these ruminating circles, deep in our minds, trying to deal with some sort of trauma. But maybe one of the solutions is that with each of these revolutions, each of these mental loops, we create something of beauty. We use that loop as a divine engine of creation. So that's what we did. We created a nest. A lot of these metaphors also have a reproductive component to it, which again I'll talk about in the PowerPoint. But now we've made the nest, and the mating has to happen. And maybe the mating happened before, and I did do the mating before. And what I'll be mating with is poison ivy. Don't worry, I've already done it. You guys don't have to worry. I know some of you are allergic. I'm coming through, just be careful. So here's poison ivy, and before this, on Monday, I did a little ceremony. You can see a little bit of it on my arm. It didn't really blossom as much as I thought it would, but the idea was to impregnate myself with a little bit of frustration, and in that process get into this meditative state where every time my mind revolved around wanting to itch, I instead devoted myself to a creative endeavor. So at the center of this comes a poison ivy, and then the baby that essentially emerges from this is the performance piece we just did right now, the video, and then that will go into my website and lead to all sorts of idea babies and collaborations. Okay, so we've done that, and now the final part is going to be a final 10 minutes of, ecstatic-like dancing. I think Daria has chosen something for 10 minutes. Oh, right here. Okay. All right, good. So she'll play the for 10 minutes, and then what's going to happen is Nelly is going to walk around, and for those of you that want to, you'll take this milkweed seeds, and you'll disseminate, you'll throw it because they're very beautiful, and they grew in my yard, and my mom collected these milkweed seeds. So now we're going to just spread them and let the milkweeds disseminate throughout the lands of SOMDEland.